Did you like my mugshot? Did you like the mugshot? Lovely.
Another disastrous speech by Donald Trump. This one in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You hear him there bragging about the mugshot based on the felonies he was accused of in Georgia. He's a convicted felon as well. He just wants to remind people of that. By the way, even the Amish individuals who were in attendance got bored. You can see them looking at their phone right there. Here, Donald Trump is perplexed by the concept that 2 weeks ago, he was talking about President Biden, and now he's talking about Vice President Kamala Harris. He's trying to process that. Play the clip.
I can't believe I'm doing it. You know, the weird thing. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was talking about Biden. I didn't even know her name. Nobody did. Kamala. Hello. Beautiful. I didn't even know her name. Kamala. I heard.
Donald Trump then wants the crowd to know he is not cognitively impaired, so he wants to share the story of Hannibal Lecter again. Here, play the clip.
This is, oh, they go crazy when they want to try and say, he's cognitively impaired. You know, I stand up here for 2 hours and I speak without a mistake. But when I say Hannibal Lecter, they say, why does he keep mentioning it? Because Hannibal Lecter was a serious psycho, right? He was Silence of the Lambs. Dr. Hannibal Lecter, he'd like to have you for dinner. See the man with the wall? Stand up. Look at this guy. He's here so much. He's great. He's great. He's a Trump voter. I don't think we have to worry about him, do we? He's a Trump voter all the way. But Hannibal Lecter would like to have you for dinner. But these people are now in our country, and they always, you know, actually it's quite clever, I think, but, you know, what do you do? But they're always saying, like, he mentions Hannibal Lecter. It doesn't make sense. No, it makes a lot of sense.
Then in a very weird and creepy moment, Donald Trump talks about Corey Compatore's wife. Corey Compatore was killed in Butler, Pennsylvania in the shooting. And Donald Trump is surprised that Corey Compatore's widow says that she still loves him and would still want to be with him. And Donald Trump says many wives would not want to be with them. Talking about Melania? What? Play the clip.
So, but you know what? Corey's wife said, I'd rather have my husband. Isn't that good? I know a lot of wives that would not say that. I'm sorry. They would not say that. But no, it's a great family. He was a great man. He was a brave man. He saw what was happening and he jumped on top and he got.
Then Donald Trump says that Vice President Kamala Harris is not tough on crime because she's only tough on people like him. Ergo, she's tough on crime. Play the clip.
She wasn't tough on crime. She's only tough on guys like me because they want to go after their political opponents. And we want.
Then Donald Trump says he doesn't know much about shootings, or, you know, he says people like him when it comes to the Second Amendment, but he doesn't know a lot about that. But what he does know about is golf, he says. Play the clip.
That's exactly. And my son said, that's not a long distance, 100. I don't know so much about shooting, other than I'm very good for the Second Amendment, I can tell you, but I don't know so much about shooting. But I know about sports, I know about golf. He said, that's like sinking a 2-foot putt, Dad. That would be the equivalent, is that right? He actually said might be less than that, because some people can't sink a 2-foot putt, like Biden. I would say Biden. Biden can't sink. But that's like sinking. Did anybody see the Bryson DeChambeau thing? Did you? That was cool. We had a good time. He's a great guy, great young athlete. So all these things, and, you know, then you figure, what are the odds that that happened, right?
He then calls Vice President Kamala Harris a new fighter. Play the clip.
I'll put a new one in. That's what we have here. Kamala is the new fighter. Who cares?
He then accuses Vice President Kamala Harris of inventing a Southern accent in Atlanta, Georgia. Play the clip.
In her speech in Atlanta last night, Kamala Harris even tried to outbrand a new Southern accent. Did you hear a new accent? If I ever did that, all of those people back there, look at them, look at all those cameras. Oh, would I go through hell? I'd have a week of hell if I ever tried to do that.
He then calls the leader of the Senate, Democrat Chuck Schumer, a Palestinian and someone who's with Hamas. That's how Donald Trump labels Chuck Schumer. Play the clip.
In line, Chuck Schumer refused to shake the Israeli prime minister's hand. Chuck Schumer has become a Palestinian. Yes, can you believe it? He's become a proud member of Hamas. Nancy Pelosi likewise denounced the speech in shameful terms.
Pretty pathetic stuff there. Then Donald Trump just rambles on about telling rich people that made some he doesn't like, that they want him to take over telephone companies. Here, play the clip.
Dollars. They want to call him up and they want to deal with her. And I didn't deal like that. I never dealt like that. I didn't need the money. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I told a lot of guys that I like and some guys that I don't like, but very rich people, I just can't do that. I can't do it. They want to do the telephone systems. They want to do lots of little things like that. We'd like to take over the telephone system of the United States. I'm sorry, I can't do that. But unlike her, I cannot be bought and I cannot be controlled. I have no interest in that.
He then says the reason that he loses is because Democrats cheat. Play the clip.
Whatever you do, you have to vote and make sure your ballot counts because these people cheat. They cheat like dogs.
He then asks the crowd if they like red meat. Weird. Play the clip.
Would anybody like to keep red meat? Raise your hand.
He then lies about crowd sizes in speeches that he gave many months ago. He lies about the size of the crowd size in New Jersey. He says it's like 107,000 people. It was like under 10,000 people. He lies about the crowd size in the Bronx. Lies about everything. Play the clip.
But we're not giving up the outdoor rallies. You know, all those people that we had to turn away today at an outdoor rally, we had 107,000 people show up in New Jersey. 107,000. But you know, in the South Bronx, we had 25,000 people. It was like a love fest. South Bronx, tough.
Then Donald Trump praises the crowd size on January 6th. And then the group of insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol. Play the clip.
And what you never see is the crowd. The crowd was the largest crowd I've ever spoken before. And a small portion walked peacefully and patriotically down to the Capitol. You remember the term? Peacefully and patriotically. He's horrible. It's insurrection. You know, if you have an insurrection, you don't say peacefully and patriotically, right, Mike? You say, let's go. No.
Trump then talks about how he's been accused of throwing hamburgers on the wall. Play the clip.
And then I went back to the White House and I started throwing hamburgers at the wall. This is the story this person told. So they went to the Secret Service. They found out it was all bullshit.
Donald Trump then lies and says the January 6th committee is destroying all their evidence or has destroyed all of their evidence. That's false. It's all archived on Google. You can literally search the January 6th committee archive and see the depositions and testimony. It's all there publicly, but Donald Trump's going to Donald Trump, meaning he's just going to go out there and lie. Play the clip.
They're trying to delete everything she said. Hey, did you ever see the Unselect Committee? The Unselect Committee on January 6th, did you see where they went and deleted and destroyed all evidence? Was deleted and destroyed. So I think, Dan, you and all of my friends here, they should be indicted for that. They destroyed evidence. You know why? Because the evidence showed that we were innocent. The evidence showed that Nancy Pelosi should have had protection at the Capitol that I offered her, and they turned it down. The evidence showed that all these stories were fake.
He then attacks President Biden for calling Pennsylvania a state. And then Donald Trump, shortly thereafter, calls Pennsylvania a state instead of a commonwealth. Play the clip.
And Pennsylvania, your beautiful commonwealth. It's always good when you remember it's a commonwealth. He would call it a state often. Remember when Biden I used to love this guy because you were on pins and needles watching him speak. If they get in, your state is screwed. You guys are screwed.
Then throughout the speech, Donald Trump was praising his lawyer or spokesperson, Alina Habba. And Alina Habba was the person who spoke before Donald Trump. And when she gave her speech, she, in very racist terms, said the following about Vice President Kamala Harris. Play the clip.
I am a strong woman, a mom, a lawyer, and an American. And unlike you, Kamala, I know who my roots are. I know where I come from. And I don't play around with the Constitution.
And this is par for the course for Alina Habba and Trump surrogates. Here is what Alina Habba said about the district attorney in Fulton County, Fani Willis. Just intentionally saying the name wrong. Play the clip.
What do you think it means for whether or not he will decide to remove Fani Willis from this case? What does your gut tell you on this, Alina?
I don't think it's indicative necessarily of his actions in terms of Fani. I think that Fani, whatever she calls herself, she's got her own issues that are outside of this case that clearly have permeated her decision-making ability. And
by the way, we created this Venn diagram at the MeidasTouch Network just to help MAGAs understand things. Vice President Kamala Harris has an Indian mother and had a Jamaican father. And Donald Trump, if you look at the Venn diagram, is both a rapist and a fraudster. I want to show you this as well. One of Donald Trump's top surrogates also posted the following. So when we say they're weird, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Donald Trump's top surrogate, Laura Loomer, says, Donald Trump lifted the ban on blacks and Jews coming to country clubs in Palm Beach, Florida. He also has a Fulton County mugshot, his own sneaker line, and 3 baby mamas. Trump is blacker than Kamala Harris will ever be. This is a profoundly weird and disturbing movement. That's why I said I don't care what political party you're from. This MAGA thing is different. That ain't conservative or Republican. This is strange, weird, dangerous, profoundly weird. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.